Hey, soul survivors, you are going to love this video. I got a slide share that I want to share with you, and we're going to talk about our emotions and how there's a heat map to it and how that affects the body. Also, it'll kind of give us some insight on the narcissist or on things that we feel. It'll show the depression, anger, all these kinds of things. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and it gets quite interesting. Now, this was done by a study over in Finland by Lori Newman. And this shows the different feelings, the different emotions. So they studied 700 people. They were Swedish, Taiwan, and also from Finland. And they were read different kinds of cards with different word emotions or different stories that would incite a feeling within them. So here, the only ones that are below the waist is love and happiness. Now, happiness, this is what I hope for you guys, because we're going to get back to that state of happiness where the whole body is kind of electrified. It's kind of feeling alive. And being in love can bring those feelings to even just the comfort of love from a friend or a child or a parent. It shows quite a bit of wholeness, but there's still something missing. We have to be happy from within. And when we're searching for happiness from the outside, it's kind of fleeting. And so we have to figure out ways to develop our happiness from within. So this is the neutral state, but anger, you can see there's intense heat and it's just on fire. So the body and the mind sometimes gets it confused. Like in the childlike state, I have kids, they don't know what they're feeling. They can't express it. They feel something, but they don't know what it is. So when you're angry, you do feel alive. You got all those emotions going on. When you're in love, when you're prideful, it feels exciting that you've achieved something. There's a lot of energy. So the narcissist feeds off of energy, and they're okay with that anger because they grew up with anger. It's something comfortable to them. And they don't have what it takes to have the full happiness. So we become more well-rounded when we have empathy, when the love that we have is an actual connection. And the way the narcissist communicates doesn't allow for a true connection. It's from a neediness standpoint because of the development of their brain. Children are needy. They're also, as they get older, are going to take more risks. That's part of the breaking free into adulthood, kind of preparing them for the life challenges that are ahead. But the narcissist, because of the brain structure, the damage that has been done prevents them from doing certain things. And it depends on the emotional age of your narcissist. They can vary. But I did a video on like the developmental stages, which is kind of interesting. But fear, these are uncomfortable feelings. So some of us fear abandonment, disgust, and all these kind of things, sadness. Look how deep and intense that is. It's located in a certain area. Surprise brings you to alertness. You can see that. But sadness, you'll see that the head portion isn't quite as alive as when you're happy. And depression, it's sometimes you feel cold, numb. There's not a lot of energy. You can see when you're happy, you have a lot of energy. When you're feeling love, you have a lot of energy. Anxiety can keep you on high alert. So that's kind of where the intensity comes from. Shame. Now we know that the narcissist is like a shame-based thing. They're trying so hard to hide who they truly are. I find this interesting. Look at the eyes. And this is just something I noticed. Because the narcissist can have those black eyes sometimes, and that's caused from an adrenaline rush, and it can cause the pupils to dilate. So I just looking at this was interesting to me. I don't know what anybody else has picked up on that, but there's a lot of energy, a lot of adrenaline in that shame. And they say that the eyes are the window to the soul. So envy is within the head. Not much feeling anywhere else, and it's like an empty feeling except in the head, some around the heart and chest. But if you can see with the different anxiety right around your heart, there's a lot of energy going on. And in the fight, flight, or fawn state, when we're in fear or anxious, it's a heightened adrenaline state, and too much adrenaline isn't healthy for us. So we have all these different hormones that balance us out, but when there's not the connection with the neurons and the neurotransmitters, the connections are lost. Also, the memories from the narcissist, they can't pull from certain memories, so they make it up. Also, us too, we sometimes forget things, or they're distorted, or it's from our perspective when theirs is from their perspective. But I just thought this was extremely interesting on where the emotions are located in our body, how they present themselves. And happiness, you've heard laughter is the best medicine. And, there's probably a lot more repairing going on with increased blood flow. And then the depression, a lot of times, we kind of don't take as good a care of ourselves. So there's not the like circulation, the blood. I know when we get hot or we turn flush because that's the blood coming to the surface to kind of cool us off with the wind blowing against it. And then when we're colder, our veins go deeper in and we look a little paler. And with all the energy and the happiness, it's a better state. It's a more complete state. It's a whole state. But with the anger, it's an uncomfort that needs to be released. And so it's not always like heat is showing the emotions, the intensity of the emotions. But the narcissist wants to release that. And just like with our happiness, we want to express it, we want to laugh, we want to giggle, we want to share it. So even love, we really want to share that. When we're prideful, we want to tell people, or it feels good to have accomplishments that we've done. And so you see here, the anxiety is really intense. It wants to come out. The shame wants to come out, and you can see it in the eyes. So I just really thought this was very interesting on how intense the heat map. So they're still doing more studies on it. I just wanted to share that with you. If you found this interesting, please like and subscribe, share it with those that may help. And one-on-ones are available, and I hope to see you in live chat. Have a good night.